This is Debbie Hemsley of the Neve Collection, and I will be taking you through the video tutorial for the Nautical. We will start with part 1. Please make sure that you do read my terms of use before we get started, just to make sure that you understand my copyright rules and adhere to them. Before we get started, please note that this project is worked as a rectangle. To make it easier to keep track of progress, I've color-coded the short and long sides. So your short sides will be shown in blue and your long sides will be shown in a deep red. I have provided slides which show the written pattern, and I'm hoping that this will help people who are not familiar with reading patterns to become familiar with that process. Part 1 is going to be a very straightforward rectangular block stitch section. Many of you will be familiar with block stitch, so it'll be pretty straightforward. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, I will take you through it step by step. We're going to start with a 3.5mm hook if you're using the color spun double knit, or the 4mm hook if you're using Stylecraft. And we are going to start using color A. Start with a slip knot on your hook, and this does not count as your first stitch. Now we're going to do chain 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 40. Don't work this chain too tight. Keep your hands quite relaxed while you're doing it, and I will catch up with you when you have got 40 chain. Complete your 40 chain, and then we're going to count back from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the 5th stitch we're going to work 3 double crochets. We are effectively forming a little loop at the beginning of this particular row over there. Right, now we're going to continue. We're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then into the 3rd stitch we're going to do 3 double crochets. We're going to do this little repeat, which is the skip 2 stitches, 3 double crochets into the next stitch, 11 times in total. So I'll leave you to do that, and then wait for me, and I'll just take you through the last few stitches of this row. Once you've finished your 11 repeats, you should have 36 double crochets in total, and that'll be 12 of these little 3 double crochet sets. Then we're going to chain 1, skip a stitch, and do a double crochet into the last stitch like that. Okay, so you'll have 2 loops at either end and your 36 double crochets. Don't fasten off color A, as we will be using this for round 2 as well. Let's have a look at round 2. We're going to start with our work facing us the same way as it did for the previous round. Now we're going to slip stitch into that space over there, just a repositioning stitch, and then chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet. Then we're going to work into this end loop 2 further double crochets, chain 2, and now watch what I do here. I'm just turning the work so that we're working along the bottom edge. See, there's the bottom edge over here. And now we are going to do 3 more double crochets into that space over there. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to work into the space between the 3 double crochets from the previous round, all the way down the end. So I'm going to leave you to do that, and I will see you when you get to the next corner, and I'll talk you around that. Once you've finished 11 repeats, you'll be at the corner loop. Into this corner loop, we are going to work 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, another chain 2 and a third set of 3 double crochets. That will form the complete corner. Okay, now we are going to continue and work into the spaces between the double crochet sets from the previous round, and again do our 3 double crochets. We'll repeat that 11 times down the side. We're not counting the corners, just down the side. And I'll leave you to do that. I'll see you when we get to the last corner, which is also your beginning corner. Right, let's finish off the starting corner, which is also your ending corner, with 3 double crochets and then chain 2, and then we're going to join either with a slip stitch to the top of the third chain of the beginning chain 3, or we can use an invisible join. My preferred joining method is to use an invisible join. Now let me demonstrate that for those of you who don't know how it works. It's also known as a needle join. I cut the yarn, leaving enough to be able to sew it away securely. Pull the yarn through, take a needle and thread the needle. Let's have a look at which stitch we're going to work into. That is the top of our beginning chain 3. So it's the top of the first double crochet. We don't want to work into that one. We want to work into this stitch here, which is the top, not that one, into this one, the top of our second double crochet. Pick up both loops, pull it through, go back to the chain, insert your needle like that, and then anchor it in the top of the third chain of your beginning chain 3 like that. Now you'll see it'll form a really nice little neat stitch, which leaves no doubt as to where your stitches lie. Okay, now we can also, while this is on the hook, while we've got the thread on the needle, we can use this as an opportunity to secure those ends. So let's sew that away. I always do it going backwards and forwards 3 times. I'm going to go a little bit further just to make sure that it's really nice and secure. Follow a slightly different path so that you don't just pull it through. And we're going to do it the second time and one more time to make sure that it's nice and secure. You can now cut that, and your join will not come apart. Now you can secure this end, and then we will move on to round 3. Using color B, we're going to start with a slip knot on our hook, and then we're going to make a standing single crochet in any corner chain 2 space before a long side. Pull that slip knot nice and tight on the hook, insert it into the space, pull up a loop, and then complete your single crochet. It's a very neat way of starting rather than using a chain to start. We're then going to chain 3, and into that same chain 2 space we're going to do another single crochet. Now we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to skip the 3 double crochets and then do a single crochet in the space between those 3 double crochets like that. Now chain 3 and skip the 3 double crochets, single crochet into the space, and we're going to do that all the way along the edge. We'll repeat that chain 3, skip the 3 double crochet group, 1 single crochet in the next space between the 3 double crochet groups 12 times. So I'll leave you to do that and then wait for me just before the next corner. Right, that's our 12 repeats done. Now we're going to do chain 3 leading into the corner, and then we're going to work our corner, which will be a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, like that. Then we're going to chain 3 and then work into the next corner, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. And then working down the other edge, we're going to do exactly the same, chain 3, skip the 3 double crochet group, work a single crochet, chain 3, skip the 3 double crochet group, work a single crochet. Do that all the way down the other edge, and I will see you just before the corner. Okay, so now we've got to finish the next corner, so chain 3 into the corner, we're going to work single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Now chain 3, and then we're going to join either with the slip stitch into the top of the beginning standing single crochet, or with your invisible join, which I demonstrated on the previous round. Again, the invisible join is definitely my preferred method because it creates a really nice finish and it makes it easy to identify the stitch. In this instance, we're going to jump over the single crochet there, which is that, into the first of the chains of the first chain 3, pull it through into the top of the third chain there, and then anchor it into the standing single crochet like that. Round 4, using color A, we're going to join with a standing double crochet in any corner chain 3 space before alongside. So we start with a slip knot on our hook, pulled nice and firmly, and then we're going to yarn over, insert the hook into the space, pull up a loop, yarn over, take off 2, yarn over, take off 2. That's our standing double crochet made. Now work 2 more double crochets, chain 2, and 3 further double crochets into the same space to complete this corner. Now we're going to work 13 times the following repeat: 3 double crochet into the next chain 3 space. So 13 times down this edge, and if you wait for me just before the next corner, I'll talk you around the corner. So we're coming up to the next corner. Into that corner chain 3, we're going to work 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. We are now on a short side, and into that short side loop there we're going to work 3 double crochets. Then be at our next corner. Into that next corner we're going to work 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Then again we're going to work our 13 sets of 3 double crochets into the chain 3 spaces down the opposite side. See how our rectangle is starting to form. So continue with this, and then when you get to the next corner, if you wait for me there, I will just help you around that. Now at our corner, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. And then we're going to work 3 double crochets into that final loop on the short side. Now we're going to join either using our slip stitch or our invisible join, and we're going to fasten off and secure your ends, and I will see you for the next round. Round 5, we're going to be using color C, and we're going to join with a standing single crochet in any of our corner chain 2 spaces before a long side. So standing single crochet and then chain 3 and then another single crochet in the same space. We're now going to do a repeat 14 times, and that's chain 3, skip the 3 double crochet group, 1 single crochet in the next space between the 3 double crochet groups. Chain 3, skip and do a single crochet. So continue all the way down the first long edge. Now at the corner, and we're going to finish off with one final chain 3 before we work a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet into that corner space. Then we're working down the short side, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and then the final chain 3 leading up to the corner. Into the corner, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Chain 3, single crochet into the space all the way down the long side, and then just wait for me at the next corner. Do chain 3 leading up into the corner, and then into that corner space, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. You're now working down the short side, chain 3, and skip the 3 double crochet group, single crochet, chain 3, skip the group, single crochet, and then we finish off with a chain 3, and then either join using your slip stitch or your invisible join. Our block stitch pattern is now starting to become evident. It comprises of round 4, which is your 3 double crochet groups, and then round 5, which is your chain 3 spaces which form a loop. We're now going to repeat these 2 rounds, 4 and 5, 6 times in total. Just note that your repeats and stitch counts will need to be adjusted. This table that I've got here will help you to keep track of these stitch counts. You'll also find your color changes for each round noted in this table. So I'm going to leave you to get on with this, and once you get to the end of round 17, which will be color E, you can wait for me there and we will continue with round 18 and onwards. Round 18, we're going to be using color A, and we're going to do one final round of block stitch. It's a round that you're very familiar with, so we're going to join using our standing double crochet, and then follow that with 2 more double crochets in the corner space, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. And then we're going to work it exactly as the same as you have done for the previous rounds. This is just to finish off the block stitch section. So I'm going to leave you to complete this round, and then I will see you for round 19 shortly. Round 19, we're going to be using color B. We will join using a standing half double crochet in any corner chain 2 space before a long side. And then we are going to do a back post half double crochet around each of the next 87 stitches down the long side. Just a little back post half double crochet around each of the stitches. I'm going to leave you to continue until you get to just before the next corner. If you wait for me there, I'll talk you around that. I've now completed the 87 back post half double crochets down the long side, and I'm at the next corner. Into this corner we're going to work half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet, and then we're on a short side, and down the short side we're going to work a back post half double crochet around each of the next 51 stitches. Again, when you get to the next corner, you're going to work 1 half double crochet, chain 2, 1 half double crochet in the corner space, and then you're just going to repeat what you've just done all the way around until you're back at your starting point. Finish off your starting corner with a half double crochet and a chain 2, and then you can join with a slip stitch to the top of the beginning standing half double crochet, or alternatively use an invisible join. Fasten off and secure your ends.